Yesterday, I spent the day campaigning with Captain Sam Brown. He is the Republican candidate for the Senate from Nevada. And Sam is truly an American hero. Yesterday was his alive day meaning the day that he should have been killed in Afghanistan 16 years ago. He was in Afghanistan and his vehicle was hit by an IED. It set him on fire, his face on fire. Obviously, you can see the scars, his battle scars. He had to go through 3 years of intensive recovery. Not only is he an American hero for his service, also he is somebody who believes with a passion in constitutional principles in the United States. These are great candidates. The Republicans, unlike the last go around, unlike in 2022, when Republicans basically raided the loony bin for candidates, Republicans in many of these states, they are running some pretty good candidates. Mike Rogers is a good candidate in Michigan. Eric Hovde is a good candidate in Wisconsin. Dave McCormick is an excellent candidate in Pennsylvania. And Sam Brown is an excellent candidate in Nevada. Right now, the polling is showing Sam Brown down to Jackie Rosen, who's kind of a nothing burger of a senator. But those polls are likely to tighten up very much as we near the final stretch of the campaign. One of the things the media have done is they've blacked out all of the excellent Republican candidates, ignored them, ripped them. They've also blacked out the Democratic candidates. The entire media apparatus is rooted in the idea that if you get to know many of the Republicans, you will like those Republicans more. And also, if you get to know many of the Democrats, you will like the Democrats less. So you're not seeing a lot of Jackie Rosen out there. You're also not seeing a lot of Sam Brown out there, because the more you see people like Sam Brown, the more you like people like Sam Brown, the more he's likely to win a race. Here I was interviewing him yesterday. Here he was on the Biden administration.
This administration has had failed foreign policy from day one. I mean, I think we've got to consider our border policy part of foreign policy at this point. And when Joe Biden went into the White House, literally after coming off the steps of the Capitol and started signing executive orders attacking our border policy, that just started a domino of other things. And this Senate, led by Chuck Schumer, along with Jackie Rosen, has had opportunities to step up and stop the normalization of relationships, or the attempt of, with Iran. You know, the literal sending of billions of dollars to Iran, the lifting of sanctions against Iran that has funded more terror than probably anything else over decades. And she wants to talk about how, you know, we need to do more. Again, words alone are meaningless in the face of no action that allows for the massacre of so many people in Israel, the hostage that are still being held, and it goes beyond that to this new coalition that's forming between China, Russia, Iran, North Korea. Our enemies are afoot. They see a weaker United States of America, and we need President Trump back in the White House, and we need a strong Republican Senate to ensure that we regain our footing as the strongest nation in the world and we can lead again.
And what makes Sam Brown a unique candidate, obviously, is his personal story. I mean, you want to talk about an amazing personal story. Democrats are constantly relying on the narrative of the character of the people that they select. So they try and whip everybody into a lather about Kamala Harris once supposedly working at a McDonald's and then clawing her way up in politics with no help at all from people like Willie Brown, for example. But Sam Brown, actually, his story is quite amazing. I asked him at an event yesterday in front of boosters about how he met his wife. And it's a pretty moving story.
So as I was intubated, I was wrapped up. I looked like a mummy. I mean, literally from head to toe, and unconscious. She was part of the care team that was taking care of me. And so by the time I kind of came to and was able to sort of interact with people around, she was now working in the background, and I had no idea who she was for several months. And when I finally got a chance to meet her, I was just, stunned with her smile. She just exuded enthusiasm and joy. And Ben, I talked about the struggle of recovery. There was only one thing that really kind of broke my heart and made me sad, and I didn't know how I was going to deal with it. And it was the disfigurement of my face. I kind of joke, I've had more surgery than a Kardashian, and I look a lot better now than I did then. But what that translated into was, I thought as a 24-year-old man, now they're 25 by the time, by that point, someone who was watching my professional career go up in smoke, quite literally and figuratively, that I wanted to be a husband one day. I wanted to be a dad one day, and I could not reconcile to myself, if I was being honest, and I looked in the mirror, how would anyone see past these scars and love this man? And Amy Brown saw through the scars, and she loved this man.
And it's an inspirational story. He's a terrific candidate. There are a lot of good Republican candidates all across the country. So again, the media are deeply reliant on burying the Republican candidates behind either lies or just ignoring them, and also sort of burying the Democrats so you never get to know the Democrats. Are you tired of the lies and the twist of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.